Cucci cucci Prada Prada. Cucci cucci Prada Prada. Cucci cucci Prada Prada. Cucci cucci Prada Prada.
DJ Alec Frost.
Original death sound.
Cucci cucci Prada Prada. 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 Cucci cucci Prada Prada.
Original death sound.
Cucci cucci Prada Prada. Cucci cucci Prada.
What a wonderful sunset!
Wonderful indeed, Your Majesty.
Truly inspiring, is it not?
A wonderful sunset now and a jolly hand of bridge later, what?
Indeed, Your Majesty. How perfectly Your Majesty combines an innate sense of beauty with a natural desire for the game. What do you want?
Help, my lord! Lord Chamberlain! Give him a crown. Let the people know we have their welfare at heart.
Give him 2 for that wonderful sunset.
Give him 3. Let's do it in style.
God bless your majesty. May the Almighty bless your gracious majesty, and your gracious majesty bless the Almighty.
Right now, let's go. We've still got to make a tour of the gardens to mingle freely with our loyal subjects. This isn't a national day for nothing. What? You're not coming, Philip? In a moment. Aha. I see a rendezvous. What? I was just the same at your age. Let's leave him to it. This do.
What a crushing bore!
Wait! Let me read today's horoscope. From the hours of 12 till 2. This isn't it. Here it is. From 7 to 9 in the evening. Great expansion of vitality, growth of personality, excellent if hazardous ideas. This is a time for bold plans and daring enterprise.
What use is that to us?
Also for the affairs of the heart.
Ah, that is different. And there they are.
Avanti, Avanti! Duty calls!
You mean duty?
Action! Action! Gloriously, deliriously! We are young, we are men, we are young men. Let us be young men and leave the work to the clergy, so that they can be the clergy. That's what I call proper division of labor.
Look at that elegant and seductive siren. I mean, look at those legs.
Oh, no, not again!
Doesn't it give your highness a glorious sense of achievement to hear sweet lips say yes? Even if it means hearing the same old thing over and over again and again?
Of course it does, of course. These hours bring refinement of feelings. They can be dangerous for those of exalted ambition or an acute sense of dignity. Affairs started at this time may turn out to be successful Or otherwise. Well, at least that's true. Exactly what I should be doing. While the presence of my father inspires the hearts of our loyal men, I am here to inspire delicious dreams in the hearts of our ladies. But you, shouldn't you be attending the Queen?
Oh, I'm late. I'm rushing there now. I've been for a walk.
In a rush? Where to?
Your Highness seems a little distrait. Your voice sounds melancholy. Aren't you enjoying life anymore? I am. To the full.
So am I. That's why...
What?
Oh.
That's why what?
Oh, nothing!
Nothing. Oh, are you not well, Your Highness?
Cold?
Migraine?
Wrong again! I am seething, I tell you, throbbing and bubbling inside.
Not bad, this brunette. Not bad at all.
Brunette! If you said blonde, it would be exactly the same. Trees and more trees, all exactly the same. I want something to happen.
Look, another one.
Chaperone.
2 ants.
What is this game?
Look, Your Highness. One could die of laughter.
Be quiet.
Smile, child. Always smile. Why so clumsy, child? Why can't you smile properly? Oh, yesterday again you had no success whatsoever. No success today. No success tomorrow. Why are you so unattractive, my child? Unglamorous, unseductive. Nobody ever looks at you. You are a trial. That's what you are. We have spent all of our money to buy you this dress. You can't blame us for not trying.
You monstrous scarecrow!
Monstrous is going a little far.
Look at her. She dares to look.
The crybaby. The miserable wretch. Let's play a joke on her. Let's put her in her place, snub her out, show her just how despicable she really is.
Yes, let's deflate this puffed up misery. This is our appointed duty. You first, I'll follow.
Now see what you've let us in for. To be a public laughing stock. Oh, the trial. I thought that in my old age, when I ceased to be a woman, I would cease to be the butt of ridicule. Now I am old and as ridiculous as ever. Why? Because of you!
You know the answer, I did too! Go ahead, give it to her!
They're laughing at us again. If we leave, they will laugh behind our backs. But if we stay, they will laugh in our faces. My child, last night, at the dance, why didn't you even lift a finger? Why will nobody take any interest in you? Do you think we like it? Such sexual ambition as we've ever had. We have invested in you, and you do nothing. You don't even ski. Why don't you try pole vaulting? Other girls do. Look, now they're sniffing at us.
Do leave her alone.
No, don't. Let's play a real joke on her. I'll pretend I'm maimed. I have a club foot, and it'll make her think that not even the lamest of dogs would deign to lick the crumbs thrown from her table.
Stop! I have a much better idea.
Well, then I withdraw and leave the field to you.
What's the idea? Looks as if you're onto something.
Much more than you would think. Will you allow me to introduce myself? I am Prince Philip, the heir to the throne. Ladies, you seem to be having some trouble with this young person. Why is she so apathetic?
She's our misfortune. She's suffering from an organic deficiency, from sluggishness of the blood. She swells in winter and stinks in summer. She has catarrh in the autumn and headaches in the spring.
Well, it must make it difficult to choose the right season for any. Is there no cure for her?
Well, the doctor said if she were to become livelier, her blood may flow faster and she might be cured.
But why doesn't she become lively?
Because her blood is too sluggish.
You mean to say that if she were to become livelier, her blood would flow faster? And if her blood would flow faster, she would become livelier? Most peculiar, a real vicious circle. Do you know what I think?
Your Highness is laughing at us, of course. He is welcome to, I'm sure.
Laughing at you? No, I'm not laughing at all. The hour is too serious. Do you feel a sort of expansion of vitality, a growth of personality, a sort of ecstasy even?
I'm afraid not. Perhaps a little chilly.
Odd. Do you feel anything?
What could she possibly feel?
Do you know the moment one looks at you, one is tempted to harm you in some way? I would like to prick you with a pin and make silly faces at you. You would sense everyone. You drive everybody to distraction. You annoy everybody. Everyone has this personal irritant, but you are the universal irritant. The way you sit, the way you fiddle with your fingers and wiggle your toes is incredible. How do you do it? It is your silence. It is the sublime air of a proud queen. I realize that for everyone there is someone somewhere capable of driving them into a white heat. You do that to me. You must be mine. You shall be mine. Simon! Allow me to introduce you to this proud anemia, this affronted queen. Look! Her lips are moving. She would say something spiteful if only she could think of something to say.
How ridiculous. Do leave her alone. It isn't funny, and it's becoming most distasteful.
Did you think it ever wouldn't be?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Count Acidity.
I'm Baron Leukemia. The joke is perhaps not subtle, but certainly appropriate.
Why don't you hide enough? Leave this wretched creature alone.
Wretched? Not so fast, dear lady. What would you say if I were to tell you I might marry this wretched creature? This is not a laughing matter. I may marry her. I will marry her. I simply have to. She's my own turmoil. I will marry her. I made her permission, mayn't I?
It is you who are going too fast and too far with this joke. It won't be funny if they sue you for a breach of promise.
A joke! And isn't she herself a colossal joke? Can't I be a joke as well? The balance is perfect. I am a prince, she's a proud and affronted queen. Just look at her! Madam, may I be able to request your hand in marriage?
Incredible!
Mad! I beg you, in the name of your ancestors.
I beg you in the name of your descendants.
God. Oh, the king! The king!
The king.
still here, what? Ah, Philip, I see you are having fun. Didn't I tell you, my own flesh and blood?
Ignatius.
I told you. What did I say? Blood runs thicker than water, like father, like son. What? This nymph seems a little... What is this frump, my son?
Allow me, sir, to introduce you to my future wife.
Your what?
His Highness is joking, of course.
Practical jokes are about the only thing I still enjoy these days. The simpler the joke, the more it pleases me. I really don't know why.
Exactly so, Your Majesty. May I concur with your judgment? Nothing is more rejuvenating than a really senseless joke.
Philippe.
This is not a joke.
What is it then, Philippe, if it's not a joke?
It is my betrothal.
What?
We must keep our temper at all costs. We must proceed with tact. Would you mind looking at that tree over there? See, you are putting her in an impossible position. You are putting us in an impossible position. Calmly, Ignatius, calmly.
Your Majesties, I see that in your eyes I've done something outrageous. That I, the Prince of the Blood, should be linked to a person like this.
Now you're talking sense.
I don't see it that way at all. I'm not taking it because I have too little, but because I have too much. Surely this is not wrong and I'm not lowering myself.
Too little? Too much? What do you mean, too much?
Am I not rich enough to take on this misery? Why pray should only prettiness attract me? Who says so? What is wrong with being ugly? Is there a law against it? And even if there were a law, I wouldn't follow it blindly. I am free.
You can't be serious, Philip. Pride has gone to your head. Why must you muddle quite simple things? You meet a pretty girl. You like her, you naturally... What? If she isn't pretty, on the other hand, you equally naturally run as fast as you can. There's nothing complicated about it. It's the law of nature. As for myself, I follow it willingly, to be sure.
Well, this law of nature to me seems stupid, ridiculous, vulgar, and unjust.
It must be so what you say, sire. But all the same, the most stupid laws of nature are the most beautiful ones, Your Highness.
Are you bored, Philip? What about your splendid welfare work among our poorest subjects?
And all your childhood games. Tennis, bridge, polo.
Is it possible, if I may be allowed to put it somewhat blankly, that it is that boredom and sexual liberties amongst your contemporaries which is the cause of your ennui, Your Highness? I know it's hard to believe. I don't think it would have bored me.
To hell with sexual freedom. I'm going to marry, that's all.
Marry? To marry? Indeed, you damnable insolent puppy! I'll teach you to laugh at us! I'll curse you! Cast you out!
Ignatius, you couldn't do that.
I will do it! I will lay a curse on him! I will put him in irons! I will throw him onto the street!
Ignatius! Oh, Ignatius. It would cause such a scandal. He is only doing it out of the goodness of his heart.
Out of the goodness of his heart, indeed, he's breaking his old father's heart.
Oh, he's doing it out of pity. He has always been so tender, and the misfortunes of this miserable girl must have moved him deeply. Oh, Ignatius, it would cause such a scandal if you did anything rash.
Her misfortune has moved him. Is that what you think?
Your Majesty, the Queen is so right. The Prince is doing it entirely out of his natural generosity. It is a noble deed. A generous deed. Don't you see, sire? Unless we call it a generous deed, it is a scandalous one, as surely as 2 and 2 makes 4. You know, sire, how obstinate Prince Philip is. We must avoid scandal at all costs.
Yes. Well, on second thoughts, we have to admit that your action was well-intentioned, although very, very rash, of course. Generosity? What? Generosity, that's it.
It isn't generosity at
Oh,
all.
but it is.
It isn't.
Dave, dear, do not interrupt. We know best. In recognition of your goodness, we will allow you to present your fiancé to us.
The way she bears misfortune has appealed to our best, most refined feelings. It has indeed affected us deeply. We will receive her at the palace as one equal to the highest in the land. This, we are sure, will not bring discredit on our house, but indeed exalt it.
Simon! Send her here. Their majesties have consented.
Ignatius, calmly, remember.
Your majesties, may I be able to present to you my fiancée.
Curtsy. Curtsy, curtsy.
Curtsy.
Here. Now. Now.
This is the king, my father, his majesty, and the queen, my mother, her majesty. Curtsy. Curtsy.
Filippo, my dear, we are touched, the sweet creature. My child, we will be mother and father to you. We are delighted with the truly evangelical spirit of our son. We respect his choice. Philip, no retreat. Upwards and onwards, rather.
Upwards, onwards, I suppose you could put it like that.
Now, take her in and order her apartments to be made ready. See that she lacks nothing.
Oh. Oh. She. Really. Damn! My goodness me. Did you see what happened? In the end, we had to bow to her. She wouldn't. And she didn't. Isn't she a horror?
Isn't she? Isn't that the beauty of his deed?
Quite so, your majesty. Quite so. May I coin a phrase? The uglier the betrothed, the more beautiful the betrothal. Sir, the prince will get over it in a few days if you don't force the issue. I will see him later today and find out what his intentions are. Just an extravaganza. And we must not cross him in any way if we don't want to make things worse. We must keep our peace, watch our steps, and proceed with caution.
And tucked, Ignatius, and tucked.
Get out, Checkers. Make her sit down. You know, I'm still afraid she might try to run away. She retired to this.
She's half dead. Philip, she won't run.
Well,
Why are you doing this, Philip?
why? Why? Can't you see she is my dragon to be slain? My guardian not to be cut. I am a hunter, going after the lion single-handed in the night. I am Theseus, grabbing the bull by the horn, Simon.
One can't get any sense out of you today.
Or maybe it's just sheer curiosity. Rather, as if someone were to prod a worm with a stick to see if it will turn.
Will you let me tell you what I think?
Do.
Let us leave her alone. In half an hour's time, we won't know what to do with her. We're far too rash.
I thought you and Cyprian were rash enough with her this afternoon.
Quite true. We were, but it's one thing to have a little joke in the open air, and another thing to drag her indoors. My advice is to let her go at once.
Look at the way she sits. It's incredible. Just because this girl is as she is, one must assume she could not attract anyone. You know, it is only since I first saw her that I really felt... No! That I've truly become a prince. Before that, I felt no more than a baron, and one of the lesser ones at that.
Oh, how very odd. It seems the opposite in this case. Since you've seen her, you become more like a baron than a prince.
It is odd. I can't explain it, but I have never felt so self-assured, so splendid, so brilliant. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa! Look, I could never do this before. Apparently, it is necessary to meet someone truly inferior to appreciate one's own excellence. To be a prince in name is nothing. To be a prince in essence? Oh, it is pure joy! It is heaven! I am walking on air! Now, we take a look at our splendid folly, our magnificent distraction. Madam, could you be prevailed upon to speak? You know, it's not that she's wholly ugly. It's that element of misery within her composition.
That's the worst of it.
Madam, why are you like this? Silence. Silence. Why are you like this?
No answer. Offended.
Offended?
Perhaps not offended. Just scared.
Maybe a little overwhelmed.
Please, leave me alone. I am not offended.
Not offended? Then why don't you answer? Well? Can't you? Why?
She can't. She is feeling offended after all.
Madam, please be kind enough to explain to us your mechanism. You're not all that stupid. Why do many people treat you as if you cannot tell black from white? Are they just teasing you?
She isn't stupid. She's in a stupid situation.
It is a wheel. It goes around and around in circles.
What wheel?
Don't interrupt. What wheel?
It is going round and round. Always. Everybody. Everywhere. All the time.
Round and round, why round? There's something mystical about it. A wheel?
Calm down. Pluck up courage. A little humor. A little life. Look, you're just sulking. Just smile a little and all will be well.
Yeah, smile just a little. It won't hurt. She won't. You know, she'd be more irritating, more aggravating, more annoying, wouldn't she? Simon, I've never seen anything like this. Isn't it magnificent? What do you think would happen if we smiled at her first?
It wouldn't work. It would be a pitying smile. A smile of pity wouldn't really do, would
It's
it?
an absolute hellish combination, isn't it? An infernal dialect. You can see for everything she keeps silent as a grave, she herself has thought it all out. It's a system, a method, a perpetual mobile.
Hermetic self-contained system.
Let's see. There must be something positive in you. Something good, a spark, as it were. You cannot consist only of deficiencies. There must be something in you that you believe in. I promise you we will take that spark and we will fan it into a blaze. It will make your cheeks rosy. Wait, this is important. Suppose someone comes up to you and tells you that you are a curse, a horror, and an abomination. Striking, wounding, killing words. What would you reply?
Come, tell us.
Perhaps you write poetry, epitaphs, elegies. Whoever bad they were, I would recite them with enthusiasm, I swear. Couldn't you just give us something to build on? Do you, in fact, write poetry?
She despises it.
Do you believe in God? Do you pray? Do you kneel? Do you believe that Christ our Lord died on the cross for you?
Yes.
Ah, miracle! Glory be to God! But why with contempt? You can't speak with contempt about the God you believe
It
in.
is beyond me.
I will tell you something, Simon. She only believes in God because of her deficiencies. She knows that if she were like the others, she would not believe. But she believes all the while knowing it's a sort of dressing to cover up her psychosomatic sores. Isn't that so? And still, some appalling lethargic wisdom to it.
It must be a punishment for your sins.
You must have misbehaved prodigiously, your child.
Philip? What is she doing?
What?
Nothing. Really? Philip?
What is she doing?
She's making eyes at you.
She could.
Look, she is! Positively, she is eating you up with her eyes. Passionately, damn it, she is squirming her way towards you.
She is shameless. It is a scandal and a disgrace. How dare you fasten upon me? You maggot! You worm! Should we make a poker red hot? I'll make her dance a little!
Stop!
There was something unbearable about her. I can't stand it. You are offending me. I do not wish to hear about your problems, you pessimist. You realist. Just look at the way she sits.
Make her get up.
Yeah, but then she'll be standing and it'll be even worse. Look at the way she looks at me. Asking, just begging for something. Simon, give me a knife and I will cut this creature's throat with pleasure.
For God's sake.
I'm kidding. Of course. But she is scared. She is really scared. It's foul. Madam, why are you scared when it was only a joke? It was a joke. Why are you taking it seriously?
Who is that? Visitors, I think. Lord Chamberlain and some ladies.
Should I open the door? They've come to Pride. Let us go tidy ourselves.
Nobody in. Oh, really? I can't.
What is serious?
Quiet, ladies, please, no giggling. No giggling, I said. We must act as if nothing has happened if you are to find out which way the wind is blowing.
What if it is serious? What an idea.
Look. Her hat. What a hat. I can't think of Stitch.
Are you Majesty? We were just passing by. You could refrain from calling, all of us.
Ivona, darling, I am delighted to be able to present to you my fiancée.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Ivona, say something to these people. They belong to the best society. Don't be afraid of them as if they were cannibals or chimpanzees from Borneo. You must excuse my fiancée. She's extremely sensitive, proud, shy, somewhat difficult to get on with. Take a seat, darling. Can't be kept standing forever.
We're not there.
Could have sworn there was a chair there.
There was. It must have ran away.
Magic, a bad old man. Please, sit down.
Be careful, though.
Hold it so it doesn't run away again.
Be kind enough to aim with care.
Aim well, my dear.
Your Highness, it's too much. I will simply die of laughter. I am bursting. It is, of course, the most fashionable kind of practical joke. I had no idea Your Highness had such a flair for it. I beg. Now I really must be going. My false teeth? What about your false butts? Oh. Well, what about your crooked shoulder and your toes? What about your wrist?
We really must be going now, Your Highness. Don't go yet. We really must be going now.
Your Majesty, I am forced to request an immediate interview with you, sir. Your Highness has frightened our fair ladies away.
I have not. Their own secrets have. Apparently there's nothing more frightening. Famine and war are nothing compared to one well-hidden false tooth.
Excuse me.
What is this? You're still here?
I am. Sorry. I only wanted to say that this is vile.
What is vile?
Vile, I mean, I'm sorry, I have to sit down. Excitement always upsets my breathing.
You said something was vile.
I'm sorry, I got carried away. Forgive me, Your Highness. Please, forget about it. I'm sorry!
Wait a moment. You said something was mean and vile. Wait!
But I see now that I can't keep it up.
What a silly expression. Keep up what?
Don't be so mysterious, Mr.
I love her! And that's why I got carried away and started protesting. But I withdraw my protest and beg you to forget the whole incident.
You love her?
I'll be damned.
How comic.
You pierce my heart. This is serious. Do you understand there's some transition from frivolity to seriousness? There is holiness to it. It's a revelation.
Your Highness, I am a
Forgive me, Ivona. But thank God someone can love me than you! So it is possible you have someone who... Oh, what a relief! I am done what I have because I couldn't bear the thought of you. I couldn't even stand you. Forgive me. You have my blessing. Go now. Leave me alone.
Crying.
Crying is happiness.
I wouldn't trust a crybaby. Her sort only cry from unhappiness. Do you love him?
It doesn't matter. Look, things aren't so bad. Now that you have somebody who loves you, huh? You are a brave person, a real man. Go on loving her, it's splendid. You've redeemed us all. We are all indebted to you.
Vanity prompts me to explain that she loves me too. She just doesn't like to admit it in front of the prince, naturally, because I don't gratify her pride. It isn't worth pretending. You have, after all, told me many times that you love me. Don't be so uppish. I wish to know you attract me as little as I do you. Or even less.
What?
Allow me to explain, Your Highness. When I said I loved her, I meant I loved her for want of something better. In the absence, let's say,
You don't. You mustn't speak like that.
the point is that desirable women, or even average women, are so difficult and unbending. With her, one can relax. There's no competition. There's no showing off. I relax with her and she with me. We love one another because she is as unattractive to me as I am to her. We are equal.
I admire your frankness.
I would lie willingly, but it would be useless. Everybody sees through everything these days. There's no point but to be honest. I won't deny that our love's a consolation prize. All the same, I am jealous. I have a right to show it. You've fallen in love with him, haven't you? With him! Ah!
Get out. Go.
She's in love.
Go.
She spoke. But in that case, she spoke! You heard her! That must mean she really loves me!
It's obvious. I've lost. As usual. I shall go. I am going.
She loves me. Instead of hating me. I am mean to her, I humiliate her, and she falls in love with me. Now she loves me. This is serious. Go away, checkers.
Perhaps Your Highness could be a little bit more lighthearted about it.
I can't be. Tell me you don't love me. She loves me. I am loved by her. I am loved by her. I am her beloved. I can't score from the outside if I'm part of her. All my life I thought I existed on my own, by myself, and then she's caught me. She is the trap, and I am captured. You love me. I must love you. I will love you.
What are you going to do?
To start loving her.
Can't do the impossible.
Ivona, put on your hat.
Where are you going?
For a walk. Just the two of us. To learn to love.
What now?
She has turned his head.
How could she? This is monstrosity.
Sometimes ugly women turn heads more effectively than the pretty ones.
The mind boggles.
I can tell you, there is nothing more dangerous than a really ugly woman. It is generally assumed that the pretty ones are dangerous, but a really ugly woman, or for a woman, a really ugly man. Oh! The young man who approaches that type of woman with undue confidence may find himself involved in monstrous capers.
Monstrous capers?
Young man, you don't know anything about it. And even I, with all of my experience in life, don't. There are things a gentleman must know nothing about, because if he did, he would cease to be a gentleman. What is it?
Shall I admit him?
Where is Philip? Are they out?
They have just left, Your Majesty.
We have both come to see what hot water he has gotten himself into now. The Queen's ladies came to her shouting and screaming, complaining that our son had got himself engaged to this frump for a joke, just to spite them, to show up some beauty secrets, some slight imperfections of theirs. Well, if that's all he's after, there's not much harm in
All
it.
the same, but we cannot allow it. My ladies are terribly agitated. This joke has really gone too far.
If only it were a joke, Your Majesties. We must take all necessary precautions.
Why?
He's in love with her. He loves her. I can't explain it. I can't say it. I can't put it down into words. It is something explosive. We must all take cover, or it will blow up in our face.